Listen closely, for there is one law, a secret so simple, yet so profound, that governs the flow of wealth in your life. This law, invisible to the eye but mighty in its power, decides whether you remain shackled in poverty or rise triumphant into the abundance that is your divine right. It is not the grind of endless labor, nor the twists of luck, but the law of your spoken word and belief. The law that shapes your destiny like a master sculptor molds clay. You see, the universe is a mirror, reflecting back to you the exact picture you paint with your thoughts and words. If your words drip with lack, despair, or limitation, the universe listens and complies, sending you more of the same. But if you speak with faith, joy, and certainty, if your heart is steadfast and your tongue blesses prosperity, then the invisible forces are set in motion to bring riches beyond your wildest dream. The secret lies in understanding that money is not a finite resource, but a tide that flows freely to those who know the rhythm of this law. Poverty is a habit, a pattern of speech and thought that can be broken as easily as a chain once the law is understood and applied. Declare wealth with unwavering confidence. Say, I am open and receptive to the endless supply of the universe. Do not doubt, for doubt is the enemy that blocks the flow. Remember, the spoken word is your wand, and your thoughts the magic behind it. Cast spells of abundance daily, with gratitude and love, and watch as fortune bows before your faith. The law never fails. It obeys your command without question. Choose your words wisely, and the riches you seek will materialize as naturally as dawn follows night. There is a force in this universe, more powerful than any coin or treasure, more lasting than any earthly possession. It is the power of the spoken word. This invisible force governs the course of your life and molds your circumstances with a precision beyond human understanding. The words you speak, whether whispered in doubt or shouted in declaration, are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. From these seeds will grow the trees that bear the fruit of your experience. Consider this: every utterance, every thought that escapes your lips, carries with it a vibration, a creative energy. When you speak words of lack, limitation, or despair, you send out a signal to the unseen realm, commanding it to produce more of the same. You are, in effect, casting spells that keep you bound in chains of poverty and want. On the other hand, when you choose to speak words of faith, confidence, and abundance, you align yourself with the divine current of prosperity. You become a co-creator with the invisible laws that govern all things. This power of speech is not a mere metaphor. It is a law as immutable as the law of gravity. Just as the earth draws all things to its center by an unseen force, so too does your spoken word attract the conditions and circumstances that reflect its nature. If your words are filled with negativity and doubt, the magnetic pull is toward hardship and scarcity. But if your speech is filled with positive expectation and unwavering belief, the magnet draws riches and opportunities to your door. It is therefore essential to guard your words as you would guard a treasure. Speak only that which you wish to see manifest. The moment you allow a word of fear or limitation to pass your lips, you set into motion a chain of events that will confirm those very conditions. The universe, impartial and exacting, answers without judgment, but with absolute precision. It hears your commands and works tirelessly to obey. Many fail to recognize this sacred trust in their speech. They complain of lack and poverty, not realizing that they are the architects of their own prisons. The first step to freedom is awareness, to know that the words you speak daily are crafting your financial reality. With this knowledge comes responsibility, for you must choose your words carefully and intentionally. Affirmations are the tool through which this power is harnessed. They are not empty phrases, but declarations of truth, spoken with conviction and feeling. When you say, I am prosperous, or money flows to me easily and abundantly, you are planting seeds that will grow into a harvest of wealth. The soil of your subconscious mind is nourished by these words, and over time, the invisible forces align to bring them forth in visible form. It is important to understand that repetition is key. The subconscious mind does not discriminate between good and bad. It simply obeys the commands it receives most often. Therefore, a single word of doubt can have a fleeting effect, But persistent negative speech builds walls that are difficult to break. Conversely, persistent positive affirmations wear away at old patterns of lack, opening wide the gates for abundance to enter. Feelings and emotions act as the water and sunlight for these seeds. When you speak with joy, gratitude, and expectation, you send a powerful message to the universe that you are ready to receive. Without feeling, words are hollow and lack the vitality needed to manifest. Therefore, cultivate a heart full of thankfulness for all blessings, seen and unseen, and speak your affirmations as if they are already true. The law of the spoken word also demands patience and faith. Often, the results are not immediate, and the silent working of the law may seem slow. Yet, just as a seed takes time to grow into a mighty tree, so too do your spoken words require time to manifest. Trust that the invisible forces are at work, weaving the fabric of your new reality with care and precision. One must also beware of allowing fear or impatience to undo the good work. To speak, "I am broke," or "I will never have enough," is to negate all previous affirmations and give power to lack once again. Maintain a vigilant watch over your tongue and thoughts, and when old fears arise, replace them immediately with positive declaration. There is a divine wisdom in this law, teaching that you are never powerless. The key to unlocking the treasure chest of wealth lies within your own speech and belief. By mastering your words, you hold the wand that commands the invisible realms and shapes your financial destiny. Let this truth empower you to speak only the words that bless and uplift. Let your language be one of abundance, hope, and certainty. Know that your prosperity begins with your voice, and that by commanding your words wisely, you open the floodgates of wealth that await your call. Poverty is not a condition imposed upon you by fate or circumstance. It is a pattern, a habit of mind and speech that becomes so familiar that it feels like a part of your very being. This habit, once established, weaves itself into the fabric of your life and shapes your reality in ways you may not even realize. But know this: no chain is stronger than the will to break it, and no habit is too deep-rooted to be changed by the power of conscious thought and work. The mind is a fertile ground where habits are planted and nurtured. When poverty thoughts take root, they grow into a dense forest of limitation that blocks the light of abundance from reaching you. These thoughts are fed by repeated affirmations of lack, words spoken in frustration or despair that say, "I don't have enough," "money is hard to come by," or "I will never be wealthy." Such phrases act like anchors, holding you firmly in the waters of scarcity and preventing you from rising to the surface, where prosperity waits. To change this pattern, you must first become aware of the language you use about money and success. Observe your speech carefully. Do you often complain about bills, debts, or financial struggle? Do you catch yourself saying, "I'm broke," or "I can't afford that"? These statements are not harmless venting. They are powerful declarations that send a message to the universe and your subconscious mind. They instruct your inner world to maintain the status quo of lack. Habits formed by negative speech become automatic responses, repeated without thought. But just as habits are formed unconsciously, they can be dismantled consciously. The process begins with a firm decision to no longer tolerate poverty, thinking or speaking. You must resolve to create new patterns of abundance and faith. This is not wishful thinking, but a deliberate act of will combined with the power of the spoken word. Start by replacing poverty phrases with affirmations of plenty. Instead of saying, "I don't have enough," say, "I am abundantly supplied in all things." Instead of "money is scarce," declare, "Wealth flows to me effortlessly and continuously." These affirmations must be repeated daily with conviction until they become as natural as breathing. In time, they will displace the old patterns and take root in your subconscious. The subconscious mind is like a garden that does not discriminate between weeds and flowers. It simply nurtures whatever seeds are planted. If you plant seeds of poverty and limitation, you will harvest a life of struggle. If you plant seeds of wealth and plenty, you will harvest a life filled with prosperity. This is the eternal truth of cause and effect, working through the law of attraction. Feelings play a vital role in this transformation. Affirmations spoken without feeling are like seeds cast on barren soil. They do not grow. Cultivate a feeling of joy, gratitude, and certainty as you speak your new words. Imagine the life you desire as if it is already yours, and let that vision fill your heart. Gratitude for the abundance you already have, no matter how small, creates a magnetic field that draws more blessings to you. It is natural for the old poverty habit to resist change. Old thoughts and words may try to reassert themselves in moments of doubt or stress. When this happens, do not despair. Recognize these thoughts as the echo of a habit being broken, and immediately replace them with your new affirmations. Persistence and patience are required, for the mind must be retrained, much like training a muscle to perform a new task. Remember that poverty is not an external enemy, but a condition created and sustained from within. As you take control of your words and thoughts, you begin to dismantle the prison that poverty has built around you. The walls of limitation crumble, and the door to abundance swings open wide. This transformation is not merely about acquiring wealth, but about reclaiming your rightful power as a creator. You are not a passive recipient of fortune, but an active participant in the creation of your circumstance. By changing the language you use, you change the blueprint of your life and set in motion the invisible forces that bring prosperity. Let this truth inspire you to become vigilant over your speech and thought. Break the habit of poverty once and for all by planting new seeds of abundance, repeated with faith and love. The riches you seek are waiting beyond the veil of old patterns, ready to flow freely into your life when you claim your power and speak the language of plenty. Wealth is not a prize to be won by chance, nor a reward given only to the fortunate few. It is a current, a flow of energy that moves freely and abundantly toward those who understand its nature and align themselves with its rhythm. The universe, in all its infinite wisdom, has no shortage of riches to bestow. Prosperity is as boundless as the sky, and as deep as the ocean. The one who attunes their mind and heart to this truth becomes a magnet for wealth, attracting it effortlessly and continuously. The secret to this effortless flow lies in the ability to declare abundance with unwavering faith and gratitude. Words spoken with confidence and joy open the floodgates of fortune. The universe responds not to idle wishes or timid hopes, but to bold affirmations that carry the weight of belief. When you affirm, "I am prosperous," or "money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways," you send a clear signal to the unseen forces that you are ready to receive. This readiness is the key. Prosperity does not trickle down to those who sit in doubt or hesitation. It rushes to those who stand firm in certainty, who welcome it with open arms and a grateful heart. Gratitude is the fertile soil in which the seeds of wealth grow. To be thankful for what you have, no matter how small, is to invite more blessings into your life. Gratitude aligns your vibration with abundance and signals the universe that you appreciate and deserve its gifts. Faith and gratitude work hand in hand. Faith is the knowing that the supply is endless, that the universe is an unfailing source of riches. Gratitude is the expression of that knowing, the heart song that draws more to you. Without faith, words are hollow. Without gratitude, they are incomplete. Together, they create a powerful current that carries you toward prosperity. It is essential to understand that wealth flows freely only to those who release resistance. Resistance takes the form of doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. Voices within that whisper, "It is not for me," or "I do not deserve this." These inner objections create blockages that stop the river of abundance before it can reach your hands. To let wealth flow, you must remove these barriers through persistent affirmation and trust. The practice of daily affirmations is the bridge that connects you to the wealth stream. By repeating positive declarations about your financial well-being, you retrain your subconscious mind to expect and receive prosperity. The subconscious, ever obedient, begins to arrange circumstances, ideas, and opportunities that align with your spoken word. Doors previously closed will open, unexpected blessings will appear, money will find its way to you in ways both ordinary and miraculous. Do not mistake wealth for mere accumulation of coins or possessions. True prosperity encompasses peace of mind, freedom, and the ability to give and receive generously. When you affirm abundance, you invite all forms of riches into your life, including health, relationships, and joy. The universe is abundant in every area, and by aligning with this abundance, you live a life overflowing in every sense. It is natural to question the unseen process, especially when results seem slow to appear. Remember, the flow of prosperity is like a mighty river that moves steadily and surely beneath the surface. Though the waters may seem calm or hidden, they are moving with purpose. Your role is to remain steadfast in your declarations, patient in your faith, and joyful in your gratitude. Fear and impatience are the enemies of this process. When you speak, "I am still struggling," or "I don't see the results," you disrupt the current and create turbulence that scatters your blessings. Instead, focus your words and thoughts on what you desire, not what you feel. Envision your prosperity as already present, and rejoice in its coming as if it has arrived. In the presence of such certainty and joy, resistance cannot stand. Your vibration rises, and the universe responds by bringing more of what you radiate. Prosperity becomes a natural state, not a distant dream. The flow of wealth becomes a river upon which you sail effortlessly, guided by the steady hand of your spoken word and belief. Learn to cherish your affirmations as sacred tools. Speak them with passion, conviction, and heartfelt thanks. Let your language be a beacon that calls forth the riches of the universe. The law of abundance honors those who honor it, responding generously to those who believe without wavering. Know this: the flow of wealth is your birthright, and it moves to those who claim it boldly. Declare it now, with full faith and gratitude, and watch as the invisible forces work tirelessly to manifest your spoken word in glorious reality. Doubt and negative speech are the silent thieves that rob the soul of its treasures and block the pathway to prosperity. These insidious forces creep into the mind uninvited, whispering fears and casting shadows over the bright horizon of abundance. They sow seeds of uncertainty, which grow into thick brambles that choke the flow of wealth before it can reach your hand. To understand how to invite riches into your life, you must first recognize how doubt and negativity act as barriers, and learn to replace them with faith and positive declarations that open the doors to endless abundance. Doubt is the great interrupter, the breaker of dreams. It is a mental poison that creeps in through hesitation and fear, whispering, "You cannot succeed," or "This is too difficult." When doubt takes hold, it paralyzes action and weakens the power of your spoken word. The universe hears these hesitations as commands and obediently withholds blessings. Negative speech, the echo of doubt, further cements this limitation. To say aloud, "I don't have enough," or "I will never be rich," is to cast a spell that calls forth poverty and struggle. This negative speech becomes a habit, repeated so often that it feels natural, even truthful. Yet, it is nothing more than a false belief imposed upon the mind. The truth is that your words hold creative power and can either build or destroy the reality you experience. The moment you speak negatively, you create a vibration that repels wealth and attracts lack. It is as though you are throwing stones into a still pond. The ripples disturb the calm waters of prosperity and scatter the blessings before they can settle. To overcome these blockages, you must become vigilant over your thoughts and words. Notice when doubt arises and refuse to entertain it. This requires discipline, for doubt often masquerades as caution or realism. But it is neither. It is a thief dressed in disguise, stealing your power to create. When you catch yourself thinking or speaking negatively, stop immediately and replace those words with affirmations of faith and abundance. Positive declarations are the antidote to doubt. They are not mere hopeful wishes, but confident statements that declare your prosperity as a present reality. To say, "I am worthy of wealth," or "money flows to me freely and abundantly," is to send a clear and powerful command to the universe. Such affirmations lift the veil of doubt and open the channel for blessings to flow without hindrance. Faith is the foundation upon which positive speech rests. It is the unwavering trust in the invisible forces that work tirelessly to manifest your spoken word. Without faith, affirmations become hollow sounds, lacking the life force needed to create. With faith, however, each word becomes a seed filled with vitality, capable of growing into the tree of abundance. Faith acts as a magnet, drawing wealth toward you from all directions. The transformation from doubt to faith is not instantaneous, but requires persistence and patience. Old patterns of negative speech will try to reassert themselves, especially in times of stress or uncertainty. When this happens, do not be discouraged. Recognize these moments as tests of your commitment to prosperity. Immediately counteract the negative thoughts with your affirmations and hold fast to your belief that abundance is your rightful inheritance. Feelings accompany words and thoughts, and they intensify their creative power. Fear and anxiety amplify doubt, turning a small hesitation into a mighty obstacle. Conversely, joy, gratitude, and confidence energize your affirmations and make them irresistible to the universe. Cultivate a feeling of thankfulness for the blessings you already possess, and let that gratitude spill over into your declarations of wealth. It is important to remember that you are not at the mercy of circumstance or external events. Your inner world, governed by your words and beliefs, is the true source of your experience. By mastering your speech and replacing doubt with faith, you take control of the unseen forces that shape your financial destiny. You become a sovereign of your own abundance. The law that governs your prosperity is impartial and exact. It responds to the vibration you emit through your words and thoughts, without judgment. When you speak doubt and negativity, you create a vibration that repels wealth. When you speak faith and positivity, you create a vibration that attracts it. Choose wisely what you say, for your words are spells that command the invisible realm. In time, as doubt gives way to faith, and negative speech is replaced by positive affirmation, you will notice a shift in your circumstances. Opportunities will arise where none existed before. Money will find its way to you in expected and unexpected ways. Doors that once seemed closed will open, and you will walk through them with confidence and gratitude. Hold fast to this knowledge, for it is the key to unlocking the flow of prosperity. Guard your words carefully, nurture your faith, and speak only that which uplifts and empowers. In doing so, you clear the path for abundance to enter your life, freely and without obstruction. The universe waits eagerly to answer your call, but it listens only to the language of faith and positive expectation. There is a universal law that governs the entire cosmos, with perfect order and unwavering obedience. This law is the silent servant that responds instantly and precisely to every command you utter, every thought you harbor, and every feeling you embrace. It is impartial, unerring, and constant. This law obeys your words without question, manifesting your spoken commands into tangible reality. To wield this law wisely is to hold the key to all prosperity and success. Your words are not mere sounds. They are the instruments through which you send commands to the invisible realm. Like a master magician waving a wand, each word you speak casts a spell that shapes the circumstances of your life. The law listens intently, without judgment or delay, and begins its work of manifestation. Whether your words are affirmations of abundance or murmurs of fear and limitation, the law responds with exactness, bringing forth what you have declared. Many fail to grasp the power of this obedience, speaking without awareness of the weight their words carry. Complaints, doubts, and negative statements are commands that the law must obey, and it does so with unerring precision. Thus, if you say, "I am poor," or "there is never enough," the law hears and fulfills these declarations, creating a life filled with scarcity and struggle. The law is not partial. It cannot distinguish between commands made in ignorance and those made in conscious intent. It simply manifests what it is told. To become the master of this law, you must become the master of your speech. Speak only that which you wish to see appear in your life. Speak words of faith, hope, and certainty, knowing that you are commanding the invisible forces that shape your existence. When you say, "I am wealthy," or "abundance flows to me freely," you are issuing a command that the law must obey. This obedience of the law offers immense comfort and empowerment. It means that you are not at the mercy of chance or external forces. Instead, you hold within your tongue the power to call forth your desire. Your spoken word is a wand that directs the energies of the universe to build your world according to your will. This power is yours at every moment, in every situation. However, with great power comes great responsibility. To misuse this law is to bring suffering upon oneself. To speak carelessly, to murmur complaints, or to entertain fearful thoughts, is to cast spells of limitation and lack. The law does not discriminate. It manifests exactly what is spoken, whether in joy or despair. Therefore, vigilance over one's words and thoughts is essential. It is not only what you say aloud, but also what you speak silently in your mind, that commands the law. Inner dialogue is just as potent as spoken words. If you harbor thoughts of doubt or fear, the law hears and manifests these as well. Hence, maintaining a steady stream of positive, affirming thoughts is crucial to working harmoniously with the law. Faith is the key that unlocks the door to this obedient law. When you believe wholeheartedly in the power of your words and in the benevolence of the universe, your commands carry a force that cannot be denied. Faith strengthens your declarations and aligns your entire being with the manifestation of your desire. Patience is also a necessary virtue when dealing with this law. Manifestations may not appear instantly, but rest assured, the law is at work behind the scenes, arranging the circumstances to bring your spoken words into form. Like a seed planted beneath the earth, your words take root invisibly and grow steadily until they break through the surface into full bloom. This law of obedience teaches a profound truth. You are the sovereign creator of your own reality. You possess the wand, and your words are the spells that command the universe. To speak wisely and with intention is to command the greatest of forces, bringing forth the life you desire. Let this understanding guide you to speak only words that uplift, inspire, and affirm your highest good. Guard your tongue as you would a precious jewel, knowing that each word shapes your destiny. By commanding the law with faith and clarity, you open the floodgates of prosperity and happiness, allowing abundance to flow freely and without resistance. Throughout these teachings, one truth stands clear: your words hold the sacred power to shape your destiny. Every thought you nurture and every word you speak is a command sent forth into the invisible realms, calling into manifestation the reality you live. Poverty and abundance alike are born from the habits of your mind and speech, and by consciously choosing faith, gratitude, and positive declarations, you transform the very foundation of your life. Know that the universe is an obedient servant, responding without fail to your spoken words, whether of doubt or certainty, lack or plenty. By mastering this law, you step into your rightful role as the creator of your own fortune. Guard your speech carefully, affirm your prosperity boldly, and trust in the unseen forces that bring your words to life. In this sacred partnership with the universal law, abundance flows freely, and your highest good is always at hand.